The legendary Baba Mthethwa, the voice of football. Baba Mthethwa, where passion meets perseverance, every story comes alive.
All right, as I turn the camera towards me, I want you to realize that football is for the masses, and the masses are football supporters and football fans and all stakeholders in football. So it's very important that when we talk football, we mix and match the audience and also my guests as well. Sometimes I'll take just a layman in the street who can come and join us and just be part of what we're doing. Very important. And on the same breath, we also need to understand that football people are not static people. They're very dynamic because they change moods all the time and. So we need to accommodate everyone. For some reason, I'm trying to find you guys and I don't know what's happening. Whether it's my connection. Yeah, my connection is not connecting. Okay. Right, I think I'll have to do this first. I don't know, wait. Okay, I think we're on now. Yeah. All right, everyone, thank you for joining us yet again. This is Baba Mthethwa, live on a Friday with your football branch. And I appreciate you and thank you very much for joining us. And I'd like to make sure that we have another fruitful football discussion. We're not here to harm anyone. We're not here to make anyone feel small. But the only thing that we're doing is to fix our football and tell good stories and bad stories. Because every story has got a good side and a bad side. By that, what I'm trying to say is, our bad side of football is that at the highest level of football, which is SAFA, we are not getting what we are worth as South Africans. And the mere fact that we're not getting what we are worth makes us wonder what's going to happen as we go forward. We have two very important competitions that are coming. The AFCON in December and January in Morocco. We also have the World Cup coming in June, July in North America. My question about that is, are we going to manage these two events the proper way? Still have our boys under 17 who must go to Qatar to the World Cup. We have our girls, Banyana, who are in their qualifiers for the AFCON for next year. The question is, where are we? Where are we with that? Are we going to manage? How are we going to manage when the coach does not travel with the team to a very important fixture in the DRC? High level. How do you manage that, really? Because if a national coach does not travel with the team, that means there's a disconnection somewhere between the team, the coach, and the association. Now, the question is, if there's a disconnection, where is the disconnection? If Coach Desiree Ellis does not accompany the team to go to DRC and play a WAFCON qualifier, how's that? Between you and me, as football fans, we'd expect the association to tell us something. But as usual, we know the CEO will never say anything. So just keep quiet. As nonchalant as always, should never say anything. And I think for us as football fans, we need justice in our football. We need accountability. Everything that we do, we have to do it responsibly. But currently, it doesn't look like we are in the mood for accountability as a football nation. Banyana went to DRC without their coach. Why? If there are problems, the association must sort out the problems before every event. Not before the team must leave, there are problems. No one is telling us, Poloko, sure. No one is telling us why Desiree Ellis didn't go. We need answers. I feel that the association is taking us for granted as football fans. But they expect us to support the national teams when they're playing. Whether it's under 20, boys and girls, under 17, boys and girls, Banyana, or Bafana. They expect us to support them. But how do we do that when the association does not take us COP to? Sean Bombi, they don't take us COP to because information filters very light from SAFA to the public. That team, Banyana, is not SAFA's team. It's our team. It does not belong to them. It belongs to us as South Africans. Bafana does not belong to SAFA. It belongs to us as South Africans. Because when they go into that field, we help them to sing Nkosikelele Africa this time. It's not only SAFA who sings with them. Even those who are at home, they sing the national anthem with the national team. So now, that means we own this national team as football fans. We own these national teams as South African football fans. That is why we are so jealous about Bafana, Banyana, Mantombazana, Izintombi, Amajita, and Vashiman. If there are contract issues, TT, with the association and Desiree Ellis, that is not our problem. Our problem is to see a team going to play fully equipped with a coach and do the work. Because when they go there without a coach, guidance somewhere is going to be minimal. They can go with an assistant or anybody, but they need the coach there, the person who knows the team that he or she has selected and why he or she has selected that team. If there's a problem with Desiree Ellis' contract, sort it out. Give her whatever she's looking for. She has served you well. I would imagine if maybe the senior men's team coach would have an issue with this contract, where would you be now? So our boys and girls, hangata, their spirits are dampened by what's happening at SAFA House. And that's where we come in as football fans. We have nothing against the president, no. We are against the processes and the system at SAFA House. Things are not happening the way they should be happening. So as concerned South Africans, we want answers. We want to know why Desiree Ellis did not go with the team to DRC. They're playing the return leg soon. We want to know, is she going to be on the bench or not? It's important for her to be there because this is her team, Palisa. Hi, Palisa. This is her team. But this afternoon, I'm not alone. I'm with a football person, football fan, commentator, Kasi football. And I want to put him in the spotlight and talk about what is his thinking behind SAFA lines currently. Do you think SAFA is serving us well as South Africans from Bafana, Banyana, and all the junior teams? What do you think?
How level naga ya Africa borwa ka ire le motsotso eno ba le gore it's so unfortunate gore some of us as football fans, we are not being engaged when they take decisions. So SAFA is the one taking decisions, but it's taking decisions based on our own thing. When you talk about national team, you talk about the entire country. So it's so discouraging, and I don't think gore iloba moyo mo right go kembong, more especially when you talk about Banyana. Mole coach ya bona le gore o bile le bona nako etelele e le gore ba hlahlile ka lekala mabaka gore ba fihle mo ba le gona jwale ga ba tsantse ba motseng wa Manal Dinosi ke mo ile gore mo kotli social ka morago. I think somehow SAFA, as you said, you know that they're not going to say anything. I think it will be fair somewhere, somehow, a light or because at the moment, their decisions is affecting us. But we don't get the clarity from them. Coaches kashala aya leba banyana mo go DRC mo sa ntse ba be gona le mo kotliso wa bona ke leba ga ibile mara gae understand and another thing I think it's so unfair as the organization to take decisions and never explain to the nation because Reina self will never ever even a single day re tlo tseba gore go diragetseng
Mamela hebare ba itse bona ha ne ba le go Nelspruit before game ya Rwanda or after game ya Rwanda, one of the two. By letting, and then Babali's special NEC meeting where they took decisions of what is a 4-year contract, low family finzik, a long-term contract as well, as technical director SAFA, and there's Ellis as coach, Banyana again for 4 years. Now, after you tell us all that, chigi, there's Ellis Hasaya, Banyana. I mean, that leaves me with a very so mouth worry. What could have happened? We don't want to speculate.
True.
And think maybe this could have happened or that could have happened. No.
We need facts.
Buy make up plus chap. Thank you. Buy make up plus chap. Let's chap or no. This is what happened. Refilled as the LSE contract. Yeah, limoten. Nertsepilo mhlomo utla ba sa sign kana kwetsi. Retsepilo mhlomo kgwedi ya pele. Ya o thola tšhelete e be kgwedi e tlang kapa neng jwale immediately ba keta hore ba re no ba fa this LEC contract 3-4 days later SAFA comes to us and says no re kata di salary ha re kata di salary re balela liquidation all of a sudden then the COO Advocate Mutante resigns. So if you're a Desert Ellis where you are, what's going through your head? If no, what will you be thinking now? Contract taking or now, will they ever have money to pay me? Because Havare, packet off for contractor 4 years. The bar cut salary.
Or Opatia.
Or
contracting is no longer the same. So now Ushia Morasbagabaka if ever they negative randa and then 4 days down the line back had that salary, how much am I gonna get? Because on the contract it's stated as this X amount.
Yeah.
But now they cut in salaries. So I cannot sign something at the moment I don't know how to game guy. And again, are we expecting Banyana to compete mo ba yang ona ka tla sama khatelelo le mabaka le ona ka ire le motsotso? Because heles na mokotli so ra re tlo tja e mo ra mmea atlo bang mola aba en acting. Then after that go tlo iragalang because the preparation did get the head coach. So after preparation tjela dirileng ka moka ga ba spela ba moshia ba ilo berekisa preparation steady fe monga Jonas Day.
Besides that, who selected the team? Ke coach again. So what team will be something test league team about day. Whether assistant team or you, influencer Desert Ellis on that team is more than anybody else.
True.
She has been there the longest. Besides the other lady, she has been there the longest. She has coached almost every player in recent times. So when she's not there, for me, it changes the whole scenario. Okay, fine. It's not easy to go DRC. Whether at club level or national team level, it's not easy to play there. Hence, they came back with a draw. We expected them to win, definitely. But maybe because the landscape of football on the continent has changed. DRC are slowly coming up with teams like TP Mazembe, St. Elo Lipopo, AS Vita Club, and also DC Mutema Pemba, Terrain Club, Mutema Pemba. All of them having ladies teams. So maybe now they're finding their foot as well as a country. Yeah. So we start competing. Thank you. That's a good way, actually. They start competing. So if we move away from the Desert Ellis problem, then we get to the team is here. The team performed, played. When they come back, we'll see what's going to happen. I'm going to leave it at that for now, on that one. But now, let's go to a case of the COO resigning. How does a CEO resign from such an organization when we go into the World Cup? What does it tell you? A CEO and a CEO are the main people who run the organization. as administrators with the CFO. So, ha ebe lo re bona ka bo bona. Ha ba kgone ho tshwara association and then harsana COO, setse CEO le CFO. So that gap o tlo etsalang ka
go lebeletse seemo se se diralang ka tlasa taolo ya SAFA. Ge monna a shala rola marapo a tle mo nla re nka sa kgona gore o ka tlasa gatelelo e itsego e le gore re le ka ntle go ba re le go jana le yona re ka se kgone go ka ba le ntlha le thito ka yona gore go ka ba go riegileng mara ge ena a shala rola marapo a shala tlogela tse ka moka a re ena ka sa kgona mo le gona go bile le mathata a go khata di salary e re shia ka gara tlhakatlhakano. And I don't think it will leave the players that are going to World Cup or ba tlo representing the national team ka tlasa mabaka mabotse gobane ge mongwe wa rena a shala tlogela marapo ka mole go na le unfinished deal e leng gona ka sa tso re shia kae le rena ga re lo tswa ka ntle re lo bapala kwa lebaleng o gopole gore a happy player give you a happy result. So if the player cannot be happy, we'll go back to a national team ya rena e leng gore is not doing well. And then they tlo wa blame amar tlo change chop and changes of the coaches. The problem is not about the coaches. The problem o gana hwetsa ele ka gare go tswa modung. A kro tsore mohlaro mongwe le mongwe go tlo shalo ya melela
o kala class
o thoma kwa tlase kwa. So ge modu wa ona o ka fela go ba wa gwa o ra re mohlaro sefate se ka moka se tlo gwa. So ge modu wa rena wa football o e ba le dikgogagogano mola le mola o ra re le rena national team ya rena e ka se tlo perform and rena re tlo go tjang masheleng a rena mafelo re ile go supporta national team a ke rena re tsebe dikgogagogano tša gona rena re tlo qina re as a supporter re tlo qina re le frustrated and ga re le frustrated re tlo tswa taolong mo ne ile gore mathata a gona ba ka kgona a lokisha bona seng sa bona pele ge rena nation re ka fitlha
wa lona le batla tswa taolong
because motho mongwe le mongwe o nyoko ba motlotlo motswadi o mongwe le mongwe o nyoko ba proud ka ngwana gage when they excel or becoming successful in life. So the minute when the child is not becoming successful in life or you start questioning yourself as a leader. Mind you, a parent is a leader. So you start questioning yourself as a leader gore mara why wa ka sa tshwanele so and so. And the minute you start comparing, it means go ba le problem ka gae. So if rena to give example, the neighboring country is doing very well, qualifying for World Cup, going to wherever national team should compete. Re ma South African, all mind to talent. Talent are na South Africa ngata. Player jar na mo ke batho ba ile gore World Cup engwe le ngwe re santse ba re qualify go yona. So ge re na le talent er ban le yona as a supporter looking at the likes of so by lo gore they're performing out of the country or they're doing well go club level. No, when national team is a performing that way, automatically we're going to be frustrated. We as supporters, we don't have an opportunity of sitting down with the likes of Ngota or Patrick Maswanga. I ask them handle the reason why national team is not performing because at the one when you talk about the national team, we talk about the 18-man squad Baba Lengo go stadium at that moment and 11 that is representing the jersey. Okay, so if 9% or if 9 players gadi mentally sharp, gadi happy re joue so rena re le go ntle obviously re tlo tswa taolong ka bakala gore re tlo ba blame and re tlo blame the individuals and the problem I thome ka the individuals. The problem e thoma ko tlase ko office. They must sort out that out.
a rutlwe na ba reng o spale sa dumela Auspalesa bula Mike Auspalesa dumela
o tswaletse Mike
e kwetse Mike a re bona o kena mang Tato Botswana, how are you sir? Okay it's now why I don't know valile Mike go no ola game
volume ya I think it goes to get the frame.
You would volume.
And you switch off the Bluetooth that's connected to the Bluetooth.
No.
Oh, okay.
But no one's mic is open here. Hold on, let me see. Gift. Gift. Gift usual. Gift. All right. Palesa, wa ke sa khone utlwa. Bula mic. Go phakamisa volume yam la. Palesa. I don't know why. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. So, come on to among, ne? If Bafana Balutala and international like Zeklang, I heard that they're playing Mozambique and Tanzania soon at preparation to go to AFCON. Good. Both of them are going to AFCON. That's very good. Tanzania and Mozambique. That is the Mambas and the Taifa Stars. So that's good enough. But when we prepare for big tournaments, we need to know that the organizational structure at the national mother body of our football has to be at a certain level. And that level is where we should be right now. Going to the World Cup means the National Association needs to be at a certain level. But currently, we are not there. How do we fix this problem, Erland? How do we fix this problem? There are big problems at our football at SAFA. How do we solve this?
We as the national team, I think somehow we need to teach our players to forget about the politics when they get in the field of play. We understand each and every organization has politics, right?
No, hold on. Self-created problems are not problems. We create our own problems. As an example, Rista Gunjan, we create our own problems this way. The Tebomkwena saga. We brought that problem onto ourselves. So I don't agree with you when you say there are problems everywhere. No. SAFA problems are self-created problems. So we cannot accept that. As soon as we accept that, then we accept mediocrity.
No. What I'm saying, Kukhore, the SAFA problems, they create again. But the players are part of those people who created the problems.
No, I'm not saying players are part of that. I'm just saying, I don't want us to give SAFA a leeway here. Every house has got problems. No. If you create problems for yourself, they'll follow you.
Yes.
But players are athletes. Their work is to play sport.
True.
Hold on. Palesa, can you hear me now? Rista, kunjani mhlekazi? Njani tata? Rista?
Ngosi dade ushaka.
Ngishaka kuzwa.
Akurati member man. Akushaka dade man. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just coming now.
Yes, afternoon.
Nikhuluma nonke. Akhuluma i1 Rista, qhubeka. Palesa kwala mic. Qhubeka Rista. I think we have a network.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. No that I think network. I think no that bensafika nje apha kuwe ku panel yakho. Bensaqala ungena, just I have to ngibeke nje indlebe, but yeah ndiye nda accepta kuba ndiyekala, but ke cela nje ke ndibeke indlebe eqala and then I will take it from there.
Okay, Tata, I understand what you're saying. Lungile. Palesa, can you hear me now? Palesa? Palesa? Oh, okay. Tatu. Tatu in Botswana, how are you? Sandiso, how are you, Sandiso?
I'm okay. Ndate Mthethwa kunjani baba?
I'm right, mhlekazi wami, siyabulela. We're talking SAFA again.
How's it?
I can't hear
about
you.
what in SAFA?
Oh, are
You say you're talking about SAFA.
Yes. Remember the COO has resigned. Des Ellis did not travel with the team. Now SAFA is saying they're avoiding to be liquidated and they're going to cut salaries. What's your take on that?
Wow, that's news to me. I didn't hear that. Aibo.
Now you know. We got it from here.
Okay, let me first hear other people, Baba Tini, then I'll take it from there, Baba.
All right, good, no
I
problem.
thought you were telling us Spain,
Eh?
I thought you were telling us Spain, but in Madrid, in
No.
You said we
We'll
are
talk
rooting
about
for
that
Madrid.
at the end of the show. We're going to talk about it at the end of the show.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Mr. Mapanga, I feel, Huri, South Africans, we're not angry enough. we're not angry enough as South Africans that we can just be bullied around by SAFA the way they are. Look, come on now.
There's other South Africans by Leon they just found out now about us. So we cannot say we are not angry enough. We cannot tell Lord the news are traveling very slow when it comes to this situation. Yeah, the coach and the ones who resigned. But at the moment, the situation at all, more especially when our national team has done very well or qualify to World Cup and other competitions. So I think the leaders, Baba Mthethwa in terms of the football or in a SAFA house, they were supposed to be at least lenient to us. Because when was the last time they qualified for World Cup?
2002, besides 2010 when we hosted the World Cup.
I mean, whenever they qualify, so the issues generally at the moment,
I don't know.
Those should be the last and last. The issues, coach, banyana, should have been sorted out long time ago. It was not even supposed to come to.
Besides that, Mapanga, I feel that SAFA is playing with us in this way. Yoguti, one, they didn't know yesterday that they were going to be, liquidated in case they don't have cash flow and they're not paying their debts.
True.
They didn't know yesterday. They played us here. You know how they played us? This way. They knew before we qualified for World Cup that they've got money problems at SAFA.
True.
So, now, they were trying to get sympathy from us as public that we've qualified for the World Cup despite our challenges. Okay? You know what does that mean? It means that we can't say, no, how about next?
Yeah.
We qualified the World Cup.
Internal matter.
And they say, no, how about willing? They've done a good job.
Yeah,
We've got under 20 in the World Cup, but left when? 4 days before the tournament starts. Under 17, there's no money to take them there to the World Cup in Qatar. Now they're open or then Bafana have qualified. Top of the group in AFCON, top of the group in World Cup qualifiers. Very good. The administration is doing well. No, the players are doing well, not administration.
True.
The players are doing well.
True.
Now, on that, my question is, why didn't they announce that they are going to be liquidated and cut salaries before the World Cup? Remember, we stand to get 187 million from FIFA for qualifying for the World Cup. Do your maths and connect the dots.
So welcome welcome situation in it means qualifying of the national teams to the competitions. It caught them as a surprise.
No, we always knew that we were going to go to the World Cup.
But
this
team
team
know that we're going to qualify.
No, to qualify, we knew we were going to qualify. You know why? We've been leading this group from day one. No team has ever been on top. Rwanda was once, maybe for 2 days. Benin maybe for a week after they took 3 points from us. And ever since, we've always been top of the group. Nigeria was always nowhere. They just came about in the last 3 games, Nigeria, to show that probably they could qualify as well. But we've always been top of the group. And signs were there that there's no way that we're going to lose to Zimbabwe and Rwanda. We've never lost to Nigeria on home soil. So there's no way that we're going to lose to Nigeria. Either draw or we beat them. That's what we're expecting. Okay? Anybody else, Benin, we beat them twice, home and away. Zimbabwe beat them here at home, played a draw with them. Okay, so for me, it's like we knew what was coming. So, are you telling me that the association did not prepare in time to check what was coming? I don't think so. Hold on, let me hear what people say. Babu, how are you? Babu? 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 No. Rista, uzwile ke indaba ithini? Thini into mfondini? I think we have network issues today. Yo, serious.
Very bad.
Network issues. Very serious network issues. Anyway, let's continue. We'll cut short. Yes,
network
yes.
is bad kakhulu, remember.
No, I can't hear him. Yeah, network is very bad today, and I might have to cut the live show today. Network is very bad.
It's difficult to hear you.
Yo, I can't hear anything. All right, let's finish our talk, and then we'll probably do it much later, because now we can't connect with the people the way we are used to. All right.
Let me give you an example. If you have a confidence enough in your child that is going to pass very well and go to university, right? You start preparing when the child is doing grade 10 to sort out all of your debts and issues regarding the money, right? Now, when the child is progressing very nice, passing grade 12 lively, go to university, you don't have money issues, right? That's a confident...
You're going to be a good father. Like how you think. Not like someone I know. Come, continue.
So that's being a good parent. And that's being proactive, right?
Yeah, you see,
Now,
Amahle is going to good school. Siamo is going to good school. Rorisang is at good school, so you're learning very well.
So with our organization, in terms of the football, give me a chance to explain why I say I don't think the organization believed in our national team. We're going to qualify to be where we are today. Because if they had confidence in us, if they had confidence in the selected team, they would have prepared, proactive, as who avoid the bushlas.
Tembisa was more proactive.
So
it was like more proactive. Yeah, it was like Jesus.
So
lifundile Tembisa man more proactive. Mara utwa Tito was horses like Tito was who man.
Tito nyala Portugal.
I can't.
Portugal
my
Tito can Tembisa high. And then I'm also a product of Tembisa.
No, man. Just to deviate a bit, Tito speaks English very well.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why they call him Travis Scott. Yeah, and he's doing the part. Yeah, continue.
Patrick Masonga is from Tembisa.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go
Which section?
Tembisa High.
Which section?
Firstly, Nanako Ivory.
Yeah.
I forgot the other one, Nanako Yona secondly. But when he was playing football, go Tembisa High. No, okay, let me give an example about Bajo Tembisa.
Yeah. Okay, we're deviating a bit from our discussion. I want to hear the story.
Shigabala.
Yeah, Zwane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nana Kalambazo.
Okay.
Tembisa.
All right.
Patrick Maswangai.
Yeah.
What's in school go Tembisa High? Uba ujo go Tembisa, to cut the story short. Because the end. How come me behind the mic or buas who same as that? Le fashion one.
Unasa entwenafi. Section if.
Tafin.
Tafin.
Yeah.
Okay. And then le fashion one you're short.
Yeah, the bullet.
Oh, dribbling out.
Yes, very good footballer.
Yeah.
Just that footballer I know.
Was a very good footballer.
He's still. He's still. I get 9 Mshaba week in week out.
Okasi.
Yeah, he played. Okay, hardly
No.
Overall performance.
Ask Ramo, just stretch a discussion.
So, but Pago Balete Mbona to name few. Batwa Tembis. And how come be behind the mic or babolele sekgowa ke batho ba lore le nna ke re ke tla thembisa
Sure.
yeah
So where's
nna
Huawei?
ke massive yo dangerous.
Anyway, let's go back to the topic. But I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Coming for the first time, got a microphone. No, I'm very impressed, Mr. Proactive. Yeah.
So
Tswela pele.
proactive.
Yeah, tswela pele. O re keng?
So what I'm saying, Kohorem, our leaders, they were waiting for the players to fail, so that to cover their mistakes.
I hear you.
Right? So now, because of the players proved them wrong, so now ba mo le bading la class, right? Ha ba le mo le bading la class, re kgona bona ntho e etsalang go
SAFA.
behind the walls of SAFA. What is it? So that's why we don't have cash of so and so. But if the national teams didn't qualify, we wouldn't hear those stories. Neretlong got the whole load right.
National
But
team.
at this moment in time, that's why some are running. That's why some are resigning. Because of now it's coming back. And then when it comes back, you must answer.
Okay, fine. We have a CEO of SAFA that seems to be showing some kind of arrogance sometimes. And I always use the word nonchalant because that's what she portrays to us. She's very nonchalant about things. And I remember after we had Dr. 3 Point said, nah, it's fine. We knew it was coming. And to me, it didn't like, this is serious stuff. We might not qualify for the World Cup. But it was okay. All right. Now we know. We received the letter from... I
It was
expected-
easy.
Easy, yeah. I expected somebody could be like even intense in their face, in their statement.
We
in how
want this.
we know what? This is a matter of we going or we're not going.
Yes.
How are we going to deal with this? What's the next plan? Nothing. Nothing came out of it.
Because if how big is a calculator, who do so calculator dilo and no one are okay fine. How calculator so how got 3 points? The chances are very high, and if they were to lose 1, 2, 3, and then our problems have been covered up. But now you cannot be happy if ever how calculated sharp. Because if now that's why she was so chilled about getting 3 points. Because matata a cheleterna and loan. How to cover up.
And how can it today?
Hey, I agree. That's why I asked you a question. Our national team are necessarily qualifying in World Cup besides the host. So our host, everything comes to us.
Yes.
So we are able to multitask. So now we're going out. Everything must be funded by who? By us. So at this moment, the budget at the moment, and if these people, that's why I will say national team performed very well at the wrong time. Because if it was the right time, SAFA Netlo were happy at the moment, or we are happy to find you out. Now, because of they qualified at the wrong time of exposing people, mind do not go seasoning of exposing. Seasoning of exposing.
I like what the CIEC said the other day.
But
Oh. I think we should really explore ways and means of changing how we go about our football. Our football has come to a point whereby why can't SAFA go to PSL and say, Dr. Koza, we've got problems. We need your guidance of how to run football properly. You know why I'm saying that? I don't know if there are any problems at PSL. I've never heard of any.
Okay.
But we're all South Africans.
True.
And knowing Dr. Koza, he's a man with a good heart. Sure. Ask me. And he would never say, I'm locking the door. No. Say, come, let's hear what you're saying. Lebatlang. Yeah. Whatever was going to come out of that discussion, again. But one thing that I know, I was taught, I'll say this all the time, black influential people will never let anyone destroy our football. And also, black influential people will never let anyone take away our taxi business. Taxi business and football, that's what built us as black people.
True.
The business but taxis,
Blacks.
Yarun. Football, that way NPSL, Yarun. They had their own federation and what, but they had to all come and join us because our football was more structured and more competitive. So there's no way that we're going to allow somebody now to take away our football from us. And I think South Africans now we're demanding corrections. Unfortunately, the minister cannot get involved. And I'm begging him, Bafo, I'm begging you, don't get involved, please. SASCOC is there to sort this thing. SASCOC is the South African Sport and Olympic Committee. They are there as the custodian of sport in the country to go and get involved with SAFA. If SAFA has got problems, they cannot go direct to Minister Mackenzie. They must go to SASCOC. Because this is how the chain goes. Money is at treasury.
Protocol.
Finance. Protocols. Finance gives the money to its member, which is Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. Then they say, where do I give the money to? You've got SASCOC. All the sporting bodies in the country are SASCOC affiliates. SASCOC will give you 100 million. Distribute this money according to need and also include development, include mass participation, include this and this and that in that money that you're going to give to different sporting codes. Let's start with the biggest ones. Obviously, we start with netball, the biggest sport in South Africa. Football, rugby, cricket, swimming, basketball, coffee, they get their share. But then remember, you still have money coming from corporate structures like your Castle, your Supersport, your Betway, your Pick and Pay, your Coca-Cola, who come and put in money in different sporting codes. Others are just media partners to push your product of the organization, say SAFA or rugby or cricket or whatever sport. Now, the question comes in, Gore, if that be the case, that money, SASCOC, the association, what has SAFA done with their part, SASCOC, from government? What have they done with it?
Let me ask. Okay, let me start by quoting some statement those being ne. Uqadile ka hore why didn't SAFA go to Dr. Ivan and learn a couple of things of how to run football?
Thank you.
Right? Because he's running it lovely and nicely. Easy. Now, I want to ask you a simple question here, In 27, 28 years of you doing commentary as Baba Mthethwa, how many commentators on your level or on the same platform have came to you and asked you about the other things in terms of the commentary?
Very few.
Very few, ne?
No. Let me put it this way. People who are on the same level, that is at professional level,
Yes.
they don't engage, right? Maybe one or two or three will engage. Maybe and ask you, how do I do this? How do I say this? How did you manage this over time? How did you become relevant for 3 decades? Okay, what must I do to follow in your footsteps? Very few would do that because of egos, right? But I think egos sometimes are good, sometimes egos are bad. Because if we work in a little group, it's easier to win because because they say Kasotho le tshwele le betapo.
Bana ba ja go.
Yeah, so highly jwalo, ba bonolo hore if there are issues, you can deal with them quickly
and sharing the ideas.
effectively by sharing ideas and very important. Now, with younger commentators, if you want that answer, younger commentators will engage.
They will.
You know why they'll engage? Because they want to learn.
True.
And they want to achieve. They've got aspirations. They've got intentions and so many things. So they look up to somebody. They can look up to me. They can look up to you. They can look up to Mapenzela. They can look up to Tsepo or anyone of the seasoned commentators. So the same thing should happen even at that level. If maybe SAFA is failing and they don't know what to do, let them go to PSL and ask for help.
Now, you gave me an answer in your statement by saying sometimes ego is good, sometimes ego is not okay. It's not good. Okay? So, and you also said few, but we engage. The reason why the upcoming they're engaging is because you're on top of them. And another question that I was going to ask, after the ones that you saw banal potential by Bamo leveling now, how many of them you still have them in your circle, but you still coming there? So the reason why SAFA couldn't go to PSL and ask is because of sometimes ego is good, sometimes ego is not good.
The way you're saying ego is like we say ego.
Ego. Le mamela di movie
This guy.
Ego.
Ego. Who's ego? Ego. Or you say ego. Or ego.
Ego.
Oh,
okay.
Ego. Okay, no.
Multiracial.
No. Yeah, ego.
Buba ba ke batho ba bu Tubakhala secondary school back there, go Free State. So I think it's one like a classing, man.
Yeah.
Genius cannot engage to genius.
No, we ratswana kabuhlala.
Because so it means SAFA didn't see the need of engaging PSL. Because they were thinking that they're doing the right thing at the moment.
No.
Until they're being exposed.
How can you do the right thing when nothing is a mashup?
But everything is right.
Don't you do introspection?
You do introspection, Lebuma. Man. Cover that one out. You're out.
All right, let's see about Nkamula. Tate Mthethwa, how are you?
I'm good, a new president.
Appeal and that. Sorry, Kenilata, civil censor Klokwala. But anyway, your take on this one, Yamutlante. What do you think? Good move, bad move for our football? Put some sense into this thing.
It's a bad move, President. Even though that he was there before. It's not the first time him leaving SAFA. So it means that when he left before, came back, thought that maybe he can solve some few problems, or he will find the association in a little bit better position or better place. Still found more problems, still the same association he left. So it's worse, President. And we lost also Dr. Steenbok.
Yes.
Who was engineering our youth structures when it comes to under 17, under 21 and stuff like that.
Before you...
Well, I know it's a bad move, President.
Just explain to people who is Dr. Walter Steenbok, so that for those who don't know who he is, but SAFA, please.
Dr. Steenbok was our technical director, sporting director at SAFA. He was doing the same job that Temuli Fintech is currently doing at SAFA. But Dr. Steenbok was more hands-on. He made sure that our junior teams perform at better tournaments. He made sure that our football structures at junior level was more better than before. I mean, we didn't even have we still currently don't have under 23. Because I don't know who's under 23 coach, when is under 23 playing. But under Dr. Steenbok, we had under 20, under 17. He even helped us to launch our African school sports, where we end up playing against our schools in Nigeria, Cameroon, Zimbabwe, Zambia for the national team. So he was actually doing good for our development in South Africa in the national team setup.
So now, my question is, I hear what you just told us now, but my question is, then, why now? Why does he leave now after we qualify for the World Cup? Big monies are coming through. There'll be sponsors. A new technical sponsor has just joined SAFA. And you resign. What does he know that we don't know, maybe? Just maybe speculation or something?
Remember, President, I think before the money comes in, there's issues currently at SAFA whereby there are salaries that are being cut of high earners at the association. So probably in terms of speculation, I'm thinking he was one of the victims where his salary was going to be cut. And you must remember also in that issue, SAFA, there are months where sometimes the people that are working in the SAFA house are not getting paid in a month or 2 months' time. So they miss payment and stuff like that. So if you miss payment for certain people and then you still come back to them and say, we're still going to cut your salary, it's a whole problem. Even if you're meaning in a good way of saying you're trying to save cost or you're trying to save the association, but you have been doing as bad from months and months. So it won't sit well with, and also his job, it's more important than majority of the people that are at SAFA.
The guy who's the CFO is one of the longest serving appointees at SAFA. I just want to find out something, maybe if you know Ntate, if you don't, it's okay. Why have they kept him for so long when the association, as far as I can remember after 2010, we have always been battling financially as a country in terms of football at SAFA level. Why have they kept him? Does he know things that he must not go and tell other people outside?
The CFO president is very close to the president of SAFA. And now when you are close to the president of SAFA, as the public, we're always asking ourselves, how did SAFA pass through the audits through all these years whereby books have not been questioned that much by auditors? And this guy is the one that is important. So clearly, whatever happened or whatever plans that he had, make sure that the SAFA books are not questioned that much by auditors. So it means that he knows things that, or he made things for the association whereby the association pay back his work by saying, okay, you're not going to go anywhere. We'll keep you here. Because if you remember also when he went to the EDCO committee when they were called with Tenny Jordan.
Yeah. Do we know if SAFA gets qualified or unqualified audits in terms of when the books are done every fiscal year? Do we know? Do they make it public whether? Okay, it's a public
that's where
yeah. That's where.
I don't think we will get that. I don't think we will get that information publicly, President. For so that our nation is doing proper and I've been doing certain things to make sure that the books look like they are in order. Put that in public. The only thing that we need to ask ourselves as a public is that the auditors or the auditing companies that have been auditing SAFA, who are they? What do they have, the links in terms of how was the results of the books all through these years? And why haven't they also been quiet throughout this stuff? And for now also, apparently Hollywood bet is planning to leave the SAFA structures. They want to pull out the plug. So we can't only blame the CFO. We must also question all those auditing companies.
So, right. If you say not just a CFO, then that means each company will have internal auditors and external auditors. So the question is, of the external auditors, you are right, we should know who they are, and they must tell us how the books were. Were they cooked to look unqualified, or were they cooked to look unqualified? We don't know. Because remember, any company, even if it's a public entity, must be checked by the auditors. As long as there's money involved, auditors must come in and do the Lord's work. Now, we still have the public protector that we can go to say to him or her, look into SAFA's finances. What's happening there? That's the first thing. Then we can also go to Maluleke and say, Maluleke, look into SAFA's affairs. What's happening there? And we take it from there. Whatever answers we'll get from those two, we'll find out what is actually happening. Fortunately, we've got laws and structures in the country and processes that can allow us to get investigations done. And that. So what we need to do, the president has to issue a preservation order towards SAFA, but via SASCOC. SASCOC must suspend SAFA and send somebody to run the affairs of SAFA as an administrator until everything is good and well financially at SAFA. What's your take on that, Bratsepo? Bratsepo.
Dumelang le kae ntate president.
Sure, Bratsepo.
La nkutlwa.
Hantle.
Yeah, dumelang kaofela le moifo.
We can hear you, Ntate.
Tshwere mane le mane. I think okay, Ntate. I think who need a lot of internal investigation, but hiring the private or external auditors that will come and read the books. Jwale ka ha ntate Montshiwa sa tshore the CFO o ranna dintho ka tsela e jwang, because even if from a layman that is working there o sa tsebeng letho re wetsahalang with the kind of the problem still in teng ka hare ho SAFA, wa bonagala hore ona le manyofonyofo a itseng ka hare. Jwale ke nahana hore if mohlomong ba ka emisa SAFA hanyenyana ho be le a total investigation wa shebuwa o tloa maqalong ho ya mohlomong mo re emeng hona jwale hore e ka be ho etsahetse jwang hore le tjhelete di nyamalla jwang. Ke nahana mohlomong ntho eno e ka re thusa ene le ena the CFO ka bo yena a ba nkuwa a beiwa monana ho be le dipotso kapa the investigation e etsuwang. Somebody has to account for what is happening ko SAFA hobane ka nnete tjhe ka mkhore ya nka teng bole ya South Africa ke bona e tloshwa, and I think they need somebody that it's more relevant for the position and ebe mo tšheleng gore o na le tsebo e ngata ka tsa tsamaiso ya ditšhelete. Ke nahana ka tsela eno re ka ba le a solution, empa ditšhelete tsona tlamehile di kgutle tse leng gore di se di tswile.
Look, Bratsepo, I think you hit it, Udimahlo, because currently it looks like Uchori, we're not doing something right. So we need to probably invite people who are fundis, especially in the field of finance, to come and help out SAFA before FIFA starts becoming concerned and dropping names. So that might be a problem for us. So I don't want to get into that, because now FIFA already will be asking questions. Where's the 2010 money? I will broke. The guy sheltered 2010. Look, at Parliament, they were asked, the CFO was asked, stadiums are always full when Bafana are playing. Tickets are 60 rand or 100 rand. Where does that money go to? We went to Mbombela, full house. Durban, full house. The last two games. Where did the money go to?
Choose in Paris.
Where did the money go to? See, so those are questions that needs answers. Doesn't mean you can't tola chelte ya the game tsa SAFA tsa Bafana. Ya ga chelte. That. Ya ga chelte.
that are supposed to be paid. I think they're using it to salaries to pay their people there at the SAFA house.
But then, how is Danny Jordan then traveling abroad to Africa, to other? How does he travel then if there's no money there?
And he's probably using whatever that is left in the money for SAFA CFOs and sponsors money. If Betway comes and for example, if gives SAFA maybe a sponsorship for 5 years of Bafana, he uses that money. All the sponsors they are acquiring from Shield to VW to whatever, the money that he is taking it to fund his flights across the world and traveling and whatever. But my question is, how does FIFA appoint him in a very important committee at FIFA structures while they know this guy hasn't been in court for certain issues? So I am baffled. And as for us, we are doomed.
You are right. That's a big question. Palisa, you have a question to ask? Palisa, you have a question?
Yes, Lankutwa.
Yes.
Oh, ke batla busa lona le ntate Mthethwa mo. Yes, ra bona manyofo a teng tšhelete di a nyamela eng and FIFA the last time e benya ka wetsa appeal ane ra tseba re appeal a se 1,000 rand, it's a lot ke tšhelete. Now why SASCOCO e tend the blind eye because of rona ra tseba the law re minister wena e mahanyane taba tse a sa ho re ka interfere ke taba tsa ho interfere SASCOCO, but now why SASCOCO lona e tenile blind eye? But in ba sebetsa le SAFA le bona, or because of the moment o tlhala dispensa or ha rena tšhelete re se bafana ka di salary da khathuwa banyana this and this and this, they were supposed to ba tap in but take a matter mara ba didimetse ngobane.
That's a good point actually. Mthethwa.
For me, I think it might be the issue of SASCOCO because of, SASCOCO is one or affiliate or is part of the political party that President Dennis Jordan is part of also. So these are the same people. These are political issues. So we can't trust SASCOCO. We can't have SASCOCO to come and fight for us. Football is ours, but they are more into politics. As much as they are an entity in the political space for sports, but they are run by politicians. So we are in trouble when it comes to that issue, President SASCOCO.
All right, I am out of this one. All right, before we close, this discussion needs a whole day. So I can ventilate it in full and then take action.
True.
The whole day, as concerned football people. We cannot go on like this. ICC from SAFA Kise. ICC Kise. Time has come for us as South African football fans to stand up and fight the scourge at SAFA. We cannot continue this way. We love football. We're very jealous of Bafana, Banyana, and all our junior teams. We cannot allow anyone to take advantage of us. Not this time, not today, not any other day. It cannot happen. And one thing's for sure, you and I, as a football fan, know what is good for football. We know what's good for football. As I close, let me talk to my guests and ask him one last question. That day, Mapanga was my guest today. Jeremiah Mapanga is the general manager of Utata Legacy, is also a football commentator, Kasi Football, and has been on SuperSport before a couple of times. And I want to say thank you very much for joining me today. I didn't know Tembisa was for, so we appreciate you, and thank you very much for joining us. What's your parting shot for today, Ndati? How is our rain corona?
Football is ours, and we have to fight for it. And if we're going to let those who are leading us, fooling us in terms of one or two things, guys, we live football. Most of us, we are always at the grounds. It's not stadium, it's commentating, it's not commentating, it's watching football. So football is our lives. So if we let our national team sink, then we have a serious issue.
All right. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure having you here. Hope to see you again soon. And join us as we speak football. We said, just trying to fix things, put things into perspective, dissect where you have to dissect, cut where you have to cut, and fight where we have to fight. We will fight because we are proud South Africans. As proud South Africans, we believe that our football is our pride and our joy. So no one should come and destroy that. We don't care who you are. This is our football. We are the custodians of football because we pay to watch football. We travel to watch football. Not only SAFA is going to go to America and watch Bafana Bafana at the World Cup. Not just SAFA will go to Morocco and watch AFCON. Even in Qatar for 2017. But football fans, whether sponsored or not, we will be there to support our national teams at all levels. So we need accountability. We need people who can be there and say, if we have committed something wrong, we are sorry, we fix it. But being nonchalant about it and being arrogant will never take us anywhere as a nation. It was a pleasure hosting you again, ladies and gentlemen. It was the Friday afternoon football brunch with myself, Baba Mthethwa, my guest Tatemudisa Munsiwa, Ospalesa, and Bratsepo to you. Thank you very much. Mr. Mapanga, thank you very much. Mshimano Tembisa, wa bua di nonchalanti, wa bua di proactive, di impromptu. I did Jafati today. No less left. Thank you to my technical producer, Tamdu. Thank you very much. And to my executive producer, Aaron. Thank you very much. We're live on Audio Africa and on Baba Mthethwa 8. This is my parting shot.
Thank you, sir.
Every man's dream
Right,
is to be alive. My dream and your dreams must be kept alive. Bafana Bafana is a dream that we've always wanted as South Africans. And our dream cannot be shattered by just a group of people. When we are 66 million of us, our dream cannot be shattered by 50 people at SAFA House. We can do better. South Africans, it's time. We took over our football and lead. Thank you very much for joining me. It was a pleasure having you. Good afternoon. I am the president. Good afternoon.
Ololo, tata, Baba Mthethwa.
Thank you, Ratepo. Guys, we are now sitting at almost 90,000 for our followers on Audio Omni Africa. We're chasing 100,000 followers. You can help us achieve that. Tap the screen. Join us all the time when we live. It's myself on Audio Omnio. It's Brajakes, Masilan Mamabulo. We've got Sofila Gazi. We've got Nzunda. We also have Tuso Pala. We also have, who else is here, Konje? And Renelo Solonyana. So we have a new guest next week, Friday. He's also a commentator on Supersport. He'll be with me here next week, Friday. I won't reveal. You'll see him on Friday. But he's a big name. He's a big name as well. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good weekend. Enjoy football. But before that, Pirates going to win on Saturday, tomorrow. Kaizer Chiefs will win on Saturday. Stellenbosch will win. And Sundowns will win. So all South African teams will win this weekend. I don't care who says what. Anyway, yeah. And then also, don't forget to catch me live on Sunday afternoon at 5:15 on Supersport La Liga. I'll be giving you commentary. Soto, Real Madrid against Barcelona. Barcelona and Real Madrid, Sunday afternoon, 5:15. I'm your boy. Sheba. TV.